As you launch new products on Amazon, they will automatically be pulled into SoStocked, but there's sometimes some filtering that you need to do to find those new products. And so one of the things that we can do is we can, from any one of the dashboards on your inventory page, you can use a filter called First Seen. And this filter basically allows you to choose some options. So what I usually do is first seen within the past X number of days. So like let's say I added a bunch of products in the last month, I could filter for which products were added in the last 30 days. Now in this demo account I don't have any new products that I've added, but I've added some a while ago. And I would also recommend removing the active filter, because if these products just started selling on Amazon, they're probably going to be automatically tagged as inactive because they haven't made any sales. And one of the default settings we have in SoStocked, if we go to settings, is, and this is covered in another tutorial, but if you go to inventory settings, we've got these two settings here. Make a product inactive if there are no sales in the past 180 days. So if you launch a brand new product and it hasn't made any sales, it's probably going to be inactive. So you might want to remove that active filter, first seen within the past 30 days or 7 days or whatever's a realistic time frame for you. And then what you can do is you can select these, you can make them active. You can also, from here, you can assign them to the correct supplier, you can assign them to the correct warehouse, you can update warehouse inventory, all with using this new filter, or this existing filter called First Seen, as covered in your mini course. So these are kind of the setup steps on how to get started. So you would kind of repeat these steps with new inventory using the First Seen dashboard. The other thing that I would recommend doing is assigning a product tag so that we can update your forecast settings for these new products, because SoStock doesn't automatically know all of your forecast settings for each new product as it's pulled into the system. A lot of people have different forecast settings for different types of products. Lead times might be different from supplier to supplier, or transfer times and as needed stock, all that kind of stuff might vary. So you're going to have to tag them. So you can come in here and you can assign a product tag, and you might have existing tags. Maybe there's a product tag called new. What I usually do is I'll add a new tag and I'll call it like today's date. For example, October 12th, 2023. So if I submit that tag and then I make these products active, let's just go ahead and do that. So I'll go ahead and assign them to a supplier. We'll just call this dog food supplier. And I will assign it to a warehouse. And each one of these bulk actions might take a couple of minutes. Okay, and then I will assign it to a warehouse. And then the last thing I want to do is update any warehouse inventory. Now I can also do that using my bulk import export, but for right now I'm just going to go ahead and do it here, update warehouse inventory. So now that I've got them all set up, these are all now assigned to a supplier, they're all assigned to a warehouse, they all have inventory levels at the warehouse. And now what I can do is I can go to my forecast page and I can set up the forecast. So what I would do here is I would filter for, now that they're active, I could filter for product tag. And using my drop-down menu, I can choose the product tag that I just assigned those new products. And then what I can do is I can assign these products my forecast settings. So what I might want to do here is, since these products haven't started selling on Amazon yet, I might want to go ahead and give them a manual velocity so we can start predicting, how many sales they're going to make. So let's say I'll say 2 units per day, and I can assign this to all filtered results, which is everything that's brand new. Just wait for that to refresh and they will all have a velocity, and we'll start building a forecast for these new products. The issue is that we're going to use the default forecast settings, which is every month, every week, and if you haven't put MOQs and all that, we'd want to go ahead and do that. So here I might want to go to forecast settings that I use for all my products, like let's say 30-day buffer stock, and if I'm going through a warehouse, I might have my warehouse stock here as well. whatever those settings are, I can again save and apply this to all filtered results. So I'm basically going through, and anytime I have new products, I can filter them and I can set up my forecast, go through my settings here. If I want to use seasonality, I can turn this on. This is not a real product, so it doesn't have any sales, but I could save and apply this to all filtered results as well. So all I'm doing is I'm kind of using that product tag to get all of my new products set up.